Good morning guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel. It's Monday morning again. We've got a Monday marathon series where we try and deal with some e-waste that I've picked up from the charity shop. Got a bit of an early start this morning because I've got a lot to do this week and I'm trying to get this video out as quick as I can. I want to try and squeeze in a repair video for a couple of items we had in last week's episode because I'm just really guilty of putting things aside as I'll get to that one day and I'm just running out of room. So back onto those two, it's a couple of CD players or DVD CD players where the tray's not working, so we'll look at those later. This week we don't have a huge amount, but it looks pretty interesting. I did manage to find a couple of things to flip, which I always do. Bit of a challenge I have with myself. Going to spend some money in the charity shop and try and triple it. I only found this item this week on the shelves to buy. It's just like a pottery canister, probably 1980s or 90s, not overly old. Nice design, really nice glaze on it. It probably has a large cork bung to go in it, and I think I've got one at the shop that will fit that. I've got a bit of a selection, so that will value add a little bit. I paid $2. Well, I'll show you the sticker. At least I read that as $2. I did ask the lady if they wanted $200 for it, but no, definitely $2. I'm pretty sure I can get 10 for that without any problems. If I have the right size cork, I'd probably get 15. So we're going to do pretty well on that. I did get something else, but I didn't purchase it. I always have a look in their scrap metal bins, and I found a cute little retro aluminium saucepan, a sort of a pale pinkish anodized aluminium lid. It's the correct lid. It fits nicely. It's quite a heavy little saucepan for its size. The Bakelite handle in good condition. Just a bit good for scrap aluminium, I think. I'll probably just put $5 on it. It should sell quick. So 0 into 5 is an incalculable profit margin. But I'll take that. Much better than sending it to scrap when someone might like to use it. Now, our e-waste, we have a sprinkling of usual kitchen appliances, an obligatory iron. We always seem to get irons, but I've sold the two from last week already. Well, there was one and another one I got. They've already gone. There is another CD player. If the tray, oh no, that hasn't got a tray. That's got a pop-up lid. So we should be fine with that. Hopefully it works properly. Those things sell pretty well. A little bit of a mixture in this box. And one interesting thing I got this week, which I like finding, a PS2, a PlayStation 2 console, just on its own, no accessories. I'm not even probably going to test it. I think I might just try $50 on that untested. They seem to bring that on eBay every single time, at least 50 untested. I've never been a gamer. I've never actually played a PS2. I don't have any other controls or anything for it. So for me to muck around trying to test it could take me an hour or more. I'd have to find some controllers. It's just a whole lot of time I don't have. And I don't know what a good going one might be worth $100. I don't know. But if I can just wipe it over, spend 30 seconds on it and get $50, that's a win for me. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. We'll go through the box and see what else we got. Okay, what treasures have we got here? Well, let's start with the top iron. It's a Phillips iron. So probably slightly better than your cheapies. It's a bit scratched up on the base. It's probably still okay. Just a bit marked. Doesn't appear to be any damage. I wouldn't throw it out based on it just being a bit marked. Okay, I guess we'll plug that in straight up and see if it goes. Okay, let's plug it into the appliance tester. Power it up. We have a light. Do we have an earth? Yes, it passes the earth test. All good there. And it's heating up fine. Okay, can't see any issues with that. We might just try $5. I think if it was a good sole on it with no marks, I'd certainly put at least 10. I think we'll just give it 5. I don't even really need to clean it, just a quick wipe over. Happy to sell the irons quickly. The cord looks okay. It's a little bit dirty, but it looks okay. All right, so we should get $5 for the iron. And then we have a kitchen appliance, and it's what, a little pie maker? Oh, it's a crepe maker, I think. Now, the Teflon's very scratched, and every time I see scratches through this, I don't sell them. It's not good for your health when the Teflon's starting to break down. I've had people comment on my videos and actually say you shouldn't use these at all. It's a horrible idea because eventually it does break down and you don't notice for quite a while until you start to see scratches. And by then you've ingested Teflon, which is not good for you at all. So this one's quite dirty. It's obviously got damage under there, so we're just going to scrap this. I'll chop the cord off, and down the track I will take out these cast aluminium heating elements. They're pretty quick and easy to get out, and I keep promising to do a video on that. I will do shortly because my pile of jobs to do is getting quite large. So let's just snip the cord off here. And that one can go to the pile after we do our recap on the deck. Alright, what's in here? It's a Wii Soft Touch Sport Kit. Okay, so another gaming thing. It was $39.95. I think it's complete. I think that's just the holder that the Wii controller goes in, and then it clips into, it looks like a baseball bat, a tennis racket, and a golf stick. Given that it's still boxed, I wonder if it's been used. Look, there's a chance it was given as a gift and never actually used. It looks like it's been unpacked though. Let's see what the actual things look like. If I can get them to slide out. There we go. Alright, well, I don't think they've been used. If they have, they're as good as new anyway. And the controller here, or at least the cradle for the controller. A few little marks on it, so maybe it has been used, it's just been put back in the packet. I have to check out online, but I would imagine it's not going to be very valuable, given that it was only $40 new. And I don't think it would be overly old. I'm not sure how old it would be. I think I might just go $10 or something like that. Okay, there's about $10 worth of labour getting in and out of the box, but I'm just going to try 10 on that. Alright, we have a clock radio. We seem to always get clock radios. They're about as common as irons and lamps. I don't think we've got a lamp this week though. They nearly always work fine as well. Most common problem with the clock radio is the crackly volume. It just gets dust in it, which is pretty easy to clean up. Let's power this one up. And we don't have anything. Radio works, but we don't have any clock numbers. That's a first. See if the battery, there's no battery in it. I don't know why we don't have any clock numbers. We know we've got power because the radio works. Interesting. Never had that trouble before. It's a Maxim brand. I don't think it's a particularly good brand. I wonder if we should open that one up and just see what's going on. We'll do that later. I suppose I could just sell it as a radio, but it's barely worth it. I'd like to at least get the clock operating. We'll see. We'll try that later. Alright, what's in this little bag? Oh, just a little mobile phone, a little Nokia. That's in really good condition. I tend to keep these old ones, given that, well, I know there was a lot of them made and there's still a lot of them around and there's probably millions sitting in people's drawers, but they do start to become collectible after a while, as more and more of them go to e-waste. I'll just hang on to that for now. I've got a bit of a collection of Nokias. Maybe I'll sell it as one collection on eBay down the track. But yeah, it's in good enough condition to keep. Don't think there's any value. I will check the model number though, just to make sure it's not a rare one. Oh, is that our... No? I thought it might have been a Wii controller. No, it's a night light, I think. A torch. Has a sensor. So just a little torch. It's not rechargeable. So I guess it just has normal batteries. It is an LED. Oh, I can't get into the batteries. So I've just been fiddling with this way longer than I should have. You can't access it. I can only assume that perhaps they're like a charging panel and it has batteries that are permanently in there and you can't replace them, they're rechargeable. I undid the top section. I took this cover off here, as you can see. I took the sensor cover off, and the whole thing has to slide out this end, but it'll move now. But the sensor's stopping it and it can't go past there. It won't even flex the plastic past it. I don't want to push the sensor down too far. I'm going to break something. It's clearly not meant to come apart to replace batteries. So I'm assuming it's a rechargeable battery by sunlight or something like that, some sort of solar charging. And I don't know if that works or not. I haven't damaged anything. Maybe I'll leave it in the sun later and see if it comes on. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a gimmick. I don't think it's worth anything. Very little, actually. It's probably less than $5 when it was brand new. So I'm not going to worry about it. If it doesn't work, I'll throw it into the e-waste, because there's not much in there really, other than a couple of, I'm assuming, a rechargeable battery and an array of LEDs and some small circuitry. So if it does happen to work, maybe just a couple of dollars, but I won't write anything down for it. All right, I'll put it back together and I'll put it out in the sun later and see what happens. Bit of a waste of time on this one. Okay, next on the box we have this little stereo, CD player, radio. That's all it is, no cassette. Classic little early 2000s unit, I guess. Oh, actually not so early, it's probably 2019. Let's make sure there's no batteries in it. Nope, nice and clean, never been used as far as a portable goes. The cord's with it, the antenna's not damaged. These are all the things that usually go wrong with these things. Batteries, antenna, dirty laser, sometimes an issue as to why they won't play. It looks clean enough inside. Little dusty, but not too bad. It's a little scuffed on the case, but hopefully it's all in operational condition and just needs a clean up. So let's plug it in. We'll try with the radio first. See if we get some noise out of it. Okay, we have a power light come on. Sounds like the radio's on already. Radio for FM antenna. It's probably on AM actually. Where's our volume and tuning this side? Volume. It's not crackly, that's a good sign. And tuning is on this side. So I'm pretty sure it's on AM at the moment. Yes, it is, and we do have stations. Let's go FM. The volume's great, not a single crackle in it. And we probably won't get much in here because of the ring light, causes a lot of interference. Oh, there we go. That sounds good. Not even much interference. Okay, excellent. Looking good so far. Let's see if the CD player works. How do we go to CD? Maybe it automatically does it. Is there a switch somewhere? Oh, this side. Radio, CD. Okay, this is a home recorded one we got out of something recently. It says it's Beethoven. Hopefully it plays. I guess sometimes the home recorded ones don't play on these things. All right, it's having a look. I can hear it going. 6 tracks. Looks like it's going to work. Play. Where's play? Nothing's happening. Track 2. Sounds like it's going to work. Very quiet. All right, let's get rid of that and we'll put a commercially made CD in. All right, Rock Chicks. This should be better. Oops. 20 tracks. Next. Yep, that's working great. Fantastic. We've got a good little unit that really just needs a wipe over, and these things always sell pretty quickly. Let's remove that. Probably $20, $25, maybe just 20. It is a fairly cheap one, but it works great. And I'm happy to get $20 for the sake of a couple of minutes testing and a slight quick wipe over. Good stuff. Okay, what's next in this mystery box? Now, I didn't pack this box. This is how it came, and I just put stuff on top of it. Sometimes I pack up loose stuff in crates when I'm there, but this box has just been as it is, and I haven't had a look through it. This is a little Anko. Is this a mini jaffle maker? Yes, it is. Now, we had one of these a while back, and it makes me wonder if I ever get stuff back again that I've sold previously and then someone's used for a bit and donated it. I think this is different. It's a mini waffle maker. It's in good condition. It's only an Anko brand, but it looks as new inside. Quick clean up. They are cheap items. I'm just going to ask $5 for that, assuming it tests safe. We better do that now. I'll have to adjust the camera. We're on a different angle than before. But yeah, quick wipe over, quick test, and $5. Happy to do that. All right, it's on. The light's on. And we have, do we get an earth in here somewhere? Yep, passes the earth test. And that's warming up. All good. That one's right to go. After a quick wipe over, when you can make $5 in about 2 minutes, that's not bad going, I think. I don't have to ask big dollars. I'd rather things sell quickly. Now, what is in here? Power wave fishing rod? What's going? Oh, is this a part of a Wii game? So yeah, it looks like it's another accessory to the Wii game. I've never seen one of these before, but it's the right size for the Wii handheld thingo. And we have a toggle here. We have a plug that looks like it's specific to a game. So okay, I'll have to check that out. Don't know anything about that. Looks like we have a bit of new old stock items here. That's an outlet for something. It doesn't actually say what it is. It's a PowerPoint bracket, and it's for plugging in something. Audio maybe. There's another one. I'll have to look up what they are. It's obviously just two jacks. I'm thinking audio, probably got a right and left channel. Not sure, but there's 3 new old stock ones. Well, they're probably not that old, although they probably are. Oh, there's a barcode on them. This looks like just a LED sensor light, which will take batteries. They're pretty old-fashioned, these. They're probably when LEDs first become more and more popular. These ones were all the rage, but oops, the sensor globe thing's just popped off. It's lost a screw for the battery compartment. It's got batteries in it. At least they're not corroded, but it wasn't working, so oh, it is corroded. Someone's put little bits of foil in here. Yep, one terminal section's completely rusted there, so that's just going in the e-waste. I will test the batteries, but I'm pretty sure they'll be no good, so they'll be recycling. What is this? A bracket for something? It actually is branded Nintendo. So it's again for a Wii, so it might be something to do with, I don't think it's anything to do with a fishing rod, but there's obviously a lot of, yeah, here's a steering wheel. The controller thing goes in there. So a lot of accessories for a Nintendo Wii. I may box them all up and sell them all in one hit. That's it looks like a telescopic sight. Is that part of a game or is that just part of a toy? Certainly not electrical. What do we have here? Is this gaming? Yes, this is the Wii, Nintendo Wii. Okay, well we can probably do a box lot. We have a charger for it, or at least the power pack, power cord. Again, I probably won't test this. I'll probably just sell it. I'll clean it up and just sell it. All the stuff maybe as is. Here's the little controller thing I was talking about that most of you are probably much more experienced at these things than I am. But that just clips in there when you go fishing, and it also clips in the steering wheel and everything else that you use. So they're a fairly integral part of the system. Hopefully there's no corroded batteries in there. That's good. But I'll have to clean up all the Wii stuff. We'll work out a price for the lot of it. That is not to do with the Wii. That's a... Oh, hang on. That's the same brand as this torch. Maybe that torch... Look at that. It must have magnetic charging at the bottom. All right. Well, I don't have to wait for the sun to come out. It's quite cloudy here today. I'll plug that in and see if the torch charges up. Well, there you go. I actually guessed it might have been a nightlight when I first picked it up, and it almost could be used as a nightlight. Maybe it is. Maybe it's essentially a... Yeah, we'll go that way. A nightlight with the sensor, and you have the bonus of pulling it out and using it as a torch. How about that? A little fan here. Is this a USB one? It is a little USB fan. Looks nice and clean. That'll be easy to check. I better find a power pack and check that. Otherwise we'll get too much junk on the desk here. Okay, that should have power. Where's the switch? At the back. There we go. Nice and quiet. Nice little USB fan. Just a 1-speed, on, off. We should get $5 for that. Don't even need to clean it. Okay, what else is in here? We have lots of cables. That looks... Oh, that looks like a specific Nintendo cable. I think that's a... Oh, I was asked for one of these at the shop the other day. That's an optical cable. I don't think that is required for anything here, so I'll take that to the shop. Here we have a little... This is a nightlight. It's just got a standard small globe in it. We'll check that in a minute. And there's a controller, probably for the Nintendo Wii again. Maybe because we have controllers, I should try and test it. Just a normal power cord. That's an older style one. Don't think it suits anything here. It doesn't have the sleeves on the pins. I might just chop that up for wire because I don't need to keep the older ones. And another cable here says Sony PlayStation. All right, so we might have to add some bits to the PlayStation we had before. This is a controller. It's lost the back thingo. I'm guessing that's for the Wii. Not sure. I don't even know what that is. It looks like it's a foot or a button or something. Maybe it's a foot for something. Don't know. We'll have to check that before we throw it out. A wheel mouse here with the ball under it. So it's an older style PS2 plug with an adapter to go to serial port, I think. So that's a bit old school. DSE, I think it was Dick Smith Electronics. So I'm not sure if that's worth $5 or not. A little charger here, Samsung charger. That's just a standard mini USB. So lots of random bits in the bottom here. Here we have a charger or a AC adapter for a Sony. Is that for the... No, it's not the Nintendo. Is that for a phone or something? We better check that one out. 7.5 volts might be worth something. A basic RCA audio cable. Oh, that's lost a plug. So that's just data cable. Standard AV cables there. So I'll just chop the plugs off those. I've got plenty of those, and these are quite old. They've been sitting in shed for a while. They're quite dirty. This looks new. Never been opened. And it's a controller, perhaps for the Nintendo again. Here's the box for the Wii. Oh, there's another one of those. So maybe they're feet from it. We better not lose that then. There's the other one. Oh, there's the cover from one of the black controller we had. There's a white one. We have a book. We have a steering wheel. Just a foam one. So a lot of stuff for the Wii. And what's this? infrared sensor perhaps for something. That might even be for the Wii. I'd have to check that one out. Is it branded? Yes, it is for the Wii, it says. So we've got a lot of accessories. I'm going to have to sort all those out and clean them up and work out a price, including some books. And also these very dirty, but they would wash up fine, silicone type covers. They're not damaged, they're just very dirty. And we have some DVDs here. They're just both blank DVDs. Well, a drive or two. They've been recorded. And then do we have games? We have some Wii games. Well, this box could work out to be quite good. That was near $70. Drawn to life. Discs in it and the book. Alright, I've certainly got to do some checking on those. We have Mario Kart. We have sports. We have Play. Dangerous Hunts 2011. The fishing. So we've got the fishing rod for that game. Wii Fit Plus. And the cardio workout. So the whole lot's here. They've all got their books and their discs by the looks of them. I've got a fair bit of checking to do, but that's pretty well all we've got today. Or when I say all we've got, there's a lot of stuff here, but I don't have any more boxes to go through, so I've got some cleaning up work to do and work out some prices. Okay, back in the shed today. I didn't get this job finished yesterday, and I've cleaned up a lot of stuff. I've done some checking. I have a few things to report that I've discovered, and I think I might try and test these gaming consoles because I have the power adapters for both. Well, the PS2 just has a normal cord. This power adapter is for an earlier, I think it's the PS1. And on eBay, these power packs, secondhand, are bringing between $30 and $50 every time. So that's quite a valuable piece. I'm hesitant to throw it on eBay. I might put it in the shop and eBay it at some stage, but I'm going to write down 20 to be conservative, but we should get good value for that. I did not see any that didn't sell. We have a lot of accessories, as you saw, for the Wii. I've worked most of them out. I'm not going to try and play it. I'm just going to see if it powers up. I've never actually owned a Wii, and by the time I work out how to play the thing, it's going to take me another hour, and time is money. All those games are complete with their books and their discs. The only one that wasn't was this Wii Play is just the cover. There's nothing inside that, so that'll have to be rubbish. I checked them out online and they don't bring much at all. The best one's Mario Kart, as you would expect. They were selling between 20 and 30 and 40, sort of around that vicinity. Most sellers were offering free postage, so it's not worth a great deal. All the others, some of them were selling, but only for like $5 to $10, which included free postage. So I don't know how the sellers make any money at that. Basically, they're not really worth much. The controllers here, one of them had some bad corrosion in it. I cleaned it up quite well, and the terminals aren't too bad, but it was all brown stained from batteries being left in it. They weren't in it, but it's obviously happened earlier on, so I'm not sure whether it works or not. I think that's an aftermarket one, that one. I plugged this little nightlight in, it works fine. We'll try and get $5 for that. The other nightlight, I know this was an LED sensor light, which we were going to throw in e-waste because it had problems. The batteries, I was sure were going to be flat. They're all as new. They're fully full power. I would say someone bought new batteries for it, and it wouldn't work because of the corrosion in there. So I get 4 nice batteries out of that. That's always handy. I like not having to go to the shop and buy batteries. We have some wire. I've chopped the plugs off. I'm pretty sure that's off a toy. I had this nightlight / torch on the charger, the magnetic charger base, for quite a while. No life in it at all. So I'd say the battery in that, the rechargeable battery, is gone to meet its maker. So that's just going to e-waste. We talked about the waffle maker. Those things, I think I'm just going to put $5 on the 3. I think they're just audio jacks. I think we've talked about everything else. Oh, these feet, actually, they belong to the Nintendo Wii balance board. There's the book for it, but I didn't get the balance board in this lot. It's a kind of an exercise thing that you stand on. So these are booster feet for it, I believe. No real value. There was some trying to sell them online, but they weren't getting much. So I'll probably include all of the Nintendo stuff in one big package, but I'll try and power it up and see if it operates. And if we can work out the PS2, I'll see if that powers up as well. So I'll pack this bench up, I'll hook up a little TV, and we'll see if those things go. So I think I've got this plugged in correctly. The little infrared receiver had to plug in because otherwise I've got no way of controlling it. I put some batteries, in fact some of the batteries I just acquired, in this, and it seems to be alive. So let's power the Wii up and see if it comes to life on the TV. So we have power. I've turned on the appliance tester. We have a standby light at least. I guess I've got to power it up there. All right. It looks like it's going, oh, what was that? Health and safety. Press A to continue. All right. Does that work? I'm not getting A to work. So it's booting up, but I can't seem to control it. The infrared isn't accepting signals unless this isn't sending signals. We have power to it, but I don't know if it works like a TV remote where you get a purple light, because I'm not getting anything. And it doesn't seem to work in controlling. Anyway, it looks like this boots up, but we're not getting, maybe the controller's not working. I might try the batteries in one of the white ones. Perhaps not the one that had corrosion in it. That one looks okay. Oh. Maybe a battery is loose. Something's happening now. Do we have any control? Okay, still not doing anything. We'll try and put a disc in. We've got our Mario Kart disc here. See, which way does this go? No idea. I'll try this way. Is there a disc in there? Eject. Oh, there is. Is that the... Yeah, that's the missing disc that we had that cover from before. Okay. Not worth very much, I don't think. So let's see if Mario Kart will kind of boot up. There's a sync button in the back here. I thought I noticed something before. Not sure if it's going to do anything or not. We do have to sync it to this. No buttons on there. Okay, I'm not getting anywhere here. It boots up, the disc loads, it seems to read the disc, so that, I guess that's probably the main thing. I don't know why this isn't connecting to the infrared receiver or what's going on. Anyway, that's enough. I don't want to waste too much time on it. I'm now going to sell it and say, yes, it boots up all the accessories, all the games, and I'll have to work out a price. Let's see if the PS2 boots up now. It's plugged in. It's turned on now. Is there a switch at the back of it or something? On. Well, there's no life here that I can see. I've got no power. Nothing's happening. It seems to be dead. There's no life at all. All right. Well, that makes a bit of a difference. It might be an easy fix, but I'm not going to delve into it. But yep, nothing going on at all. Totally dead. It may have a fuse gone, but then if a fuse is gone, it usually indicates something else has gone wrong. I'm not going to muck around with it. I think I might just put $20 on it as it is, and someone can take a punt. We have the connector cord from the PlayStation to the TV, and the power cord, which is a standard generic power cord. But yeah, nothing's going on here at all. The only thing left to do this week is just have a look at why this clock isn't powering up. It's probably not worth it. In fact, I'm 100% sure it's not worth it. But it's only 4 screws to pull the cover off and have a quick peek. Unusual symptom though, I've never had a clock radio where the display is completely dead. And we know we had power to it because the radio was working. And I think I'd be hard pushed to sell it just as a radio. If someone's going to put a little radio in their shed, they're going to go for a clock radio because you can pick them up so cheap. At least then they'll know the time as well as listen to their favourite songs or news broadcasts or whatever they want to listen to. Okay, is that all? Let's have a look. Make sure there's no screws in there. No. All right. Opens up nice and easy. Very dusty on the display panel here. All right. What can we see? I'm immediately just looking to see if any capacitors have bulged or something like that. Okay, we might just power it up with the cover off it and see if we can notice anything that's not normal. Oh, there's actually 2 dots flashing. It is on. Was it on before? And it looks like it's still got a plastic film across it. Ah, look at that. It's not the original purchased plastic film, protecting film. I think someone has put some heavily tinted plastic across here to dim the numbers, because that's not a clear film, that's quite dark. Well, how about that? So that's, I'm not sure what you can see through the camera there. It's probably strobing a bit, but it looks perfectly fine to me. It is flashing. But let's put it back together. So that was actually, it wasn't certainly a protective film that you get on new things because it was behind this plastic screen. So someone had made their own dimming device. Maybe. Because it's not super bright now. Anyway, it works great. I'll put it back together. And I think that will pass. Can we set the time? Just to make sure it responds. How do we do that? Yeah, there we go. We've gone to 202. You're probably getting reflections and all sorts of stuff in the camera. There, you can see it there. It is strobing through the camera, but it's perfectly stable. So that works fine. I'll put it back together. And we should try and get $10 for that. It was an easy fix after all. So here's our collection for this week, all spread out. I took a photo earlier of all this Wii stuff, and it shows everything included. I'll do it as one bulk lot. I thought I might also include the Soft Touch Sports Kit, because when I pulled that out, I didn't know the rest of it was in there. So we'll include that as well. I'm thinking about $80 the lot. I want to make it pretty good value for someone, and I want it all to go. So given that it boots up, and I probably just don't know what I'm doing as far as getting it started, I reckon it's probably pretty good value. The rest of it up here, as we saw, the PS2 didn't come to life at all, and I wasn't going to try and pull it apart and see what's going on. I've got better things to do at the moment. So $20, someone can take a punt there. Everything else, as explained. Oh, I did forget to mention, the plastic piece is actually a stand for this, and I'm sure you guys knew and were telling me when I first pulled it out. Everything else is as explained. I think we have a little bit of wire for our scrap bins, a small amount of rubbish, a little bit of e-waste, and the kitchen, what was that, a crate maker. I will pull that apart for the heating elements, just for the cast aluminium, and one little plastic bag that we will use at the shop, and some good batteries. Always happy to get good batteries. So there we go, not a bad haul. What will it add up to? We'll go and have a look at the notepad and see. So here's our list for this week, and we've got a potential $180 from the electrical, plus another $15 from the extra pieces, almost $200. I didn't add in the little charger with the mini USB. I didn't add in some of the cables I could sell, nor the mobile phone that I'm going to put aside for now. So essentially we can basically say $200 return from this lot of e-waste, or what was destined to be e-waste until we saved it, with very little actually going out to the transfer station this week. So very successful. We'll look back at some previous weeks next week. I won't do it every week, But things are ticking over nicely, which is great for me. And of course, great for the customers that get some cheap buys, and great for the environment because it's stopping all this going into the waste stream. So going really well, another good haul. Looking forward to next week. I love doing this each week. Sometimes it takes a bit longer than I'd like. This particular week took a long time to go through all that gaming stuff, but that's okay. We'll get some value for our time. I'll get some value back on this video if you guys keep watching it all. And I appreciate your support. We'll catch you next week. Bye for now.